All right, all right, all right, all right. So today is October 16th. It's a Wednesday, and we're back with another trade review. I know I look kind of crazy right now, but I literally just got out the shower from playing basketball, and I just wanted to hop right into this trade breakdown. So I'm gonna hop right into it and explain my trade that I took today. I did take a winning trade on Nasdaq sell. So let's hop right into the chart. If I come to my 4 hour, so every day when I get to the chart, I always just come straight to my 4 hour. Now today I did check my daily time frame just to see what happened yesterday. And yesterday we can see, now excuse all of this mess, I'm not gonna take it off because it's gonna take too much for me to put it exactly where I had it. But if we look at yesterday's candles, this is today's candle. We looked at yesterday's candle from Tuesday, right? We can see that the candle yesterday closed bearish. We had a bearish close, right? So my bias for today was definitely bearish. I was looking for sales. If we go down to the 4 hour time frame, right, we can see if we go back to 6 o'clock, right? So we can see that coming into the day, we was right at this level of support. So when I do my markups, I'm only looking for support and resistance levels. I'm looking for supplies and demands, and I'm also looking for fair value gaps, right? We can see right here on the 4 hour time frame. Let me hide this real quick. We got a resistance level right here on the 4 hours, right? This is the level of resistance. I'm pretty sure I had it like right around here. I probably removed it because of the 1 hour time frame. And then we also got some resistance, or some support, excuse me. We got a support level right here. We got a support level right here. We got a resistance level right here. This is the sell-off that occurred yesterday, which is why the daily candle was bearish. So it left this huge fair value gap, huge fair value gap. So this is everything that I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely bearish for today, right? If we go down to the 1 hour time frame, we're just getting the same thing with a little bit more details. What time is this? 9 o'clock, right at 9 o'clock, okay? We can still see that price had this huge sell-off. We broke this structure to the downside, so I'm bearish, right? This is where I had that 1 hour supply marked up, right here. 1 hour supply. All right, this is where I have my 1 hour supply marked up. If we go down to the 1 hour, we can see we still resisting at this level. We can see that this is a level that was support that turned into resistance because of this wick and this push down. And right here in this range, we were pretty much consolidating. But my bias was still bearish based on everything that I was seeing. Let me see. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock a.m. Okay, I went up a little too far. So I want to get right at 9. So yeah, this is everything that I was seeing pretty much at 9 o'clock. I know it's kind of choppy, the video starting off. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get into the flow. But anyway, this is everything that I was seeing. The market was ranging all in this area, but I seen that we had this huge sell-off. So in my mind, I'm like, I want to take sales from either this level, or somewhere in this supply, this fair value gap. Price just never got to that level, right? We go down to the 30-minute time frame. We can pretty much see the same thing. Two fair value gaps right here, a supply above, and we were ranging in between London. Okay, the interesting thing about London is that it didn't have a trend, right? If we go down to the 15-minute, the interesting thing about London was that London was ranging, so price could not figure out which way it wanted to go. And on a 15-minute chart, we can also see that we had resistance levels right here, and we had support levels down here, which showed that the market was pretty much ranging. I'll draw my levels up based on like if we got like at least 2 touches. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches right here on the hourly, and on the 15-minute key levels, we have 1, 2 touches right here. And I counted these weeks because we had a little bit of support from this body at this candle. So this is everything that I was looking at. Okay, bearish all the way. So this is at 9:15, and I guess we can go ahead and get down into the actual trade that occurred. So let me go down to my 5-minute. All right, and I guess I'll start getting into the process of what happened. Okay, so I say it every video, I'm gonna say it again. These are the only things that I'm looking for when I'm trying to get into a trade. I knew that my I knew that my bias for today was bearish, and I usually don't just live and die by a bias, but yesterday I saw how price was moving, and considering that today London didn't have a trend, I was like, okay, I want to kind of use my bias for today and kind of hold a little bit more weight towards the bias for today, just because of how price action was moving. So with that being said, I usually do take my trades around 9:40ish, 9:45ish, but today I took my trade a little bit early. I took my trade at 9:35, and I'll explain why. So we look right here. This is the 9:30 candle. At 9:30, we can just see all three of my criteria pretty much was already met, except for the break and retest, right? Right here, we have our market structure shift. So the market was kind of trying to get onto an uptrend. We broke this structure to the downside at 9:20. That's our market structure shift to the downside, right? Once we got our market structure shift to the downside, these were London's lows, right? We broke through London's lows. So we ran London's lows and we got our market structure shift already, okay? Looking, hold on, I'm trying to find my indicator so I can see. Well, I'll just looking right here, we see that we have yesterday's lows below for this candle, well, for the market to go towards, okay? Let's go down to the 3-minute chart. This is what made me enter the trade on the 3-minute, right? Once I saw London lows get ran, I realized, like, okay, it's like 9:30. I usually don't like getting in at 9:30 because the market is very, very volatile. But I saw that we had this huge fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap, right? And live, you can't see it now really while I'm back testing, but watching this trade play out live, the candle actually was going bullish and then it flipped. So we got this strong rejection wick right here off of this fair value gap, right? So with that being said, I'm like, okay, this trade is worth the risk, and I'm gonna go into what I learned today. It's gonna transition over very smooth, but let me keep on breaking down the trade before I go into that. So after I saw this wick off of this fair value gap, I was like, all right, I kind of want to get in that trade. And I was really, really hesitant because I don't like breaking my rules, but we're gonna go into that. I didn't really break them, I bent them, and I'm gonna talk about that. So I was like, yeah. So I did get into the trade once I saw this break below this hourly key level, once I saw the strong rejection wick, and once I saw this break below that candle. But I jumped out really, really fast just to hop right back in because I was just feeling kind of shaky about it. But I jumped right back in, and as we can see, the trade winded up actually going for a 1-to-3. So this was actually, price came down off of this fair value gap, came and grabbed yesterday's low. So we got the liquidity from that level, and we've got our 1-to-3, and this went for an 87-point move. Now I got out at 1-to-2 just because I'm trying to work on not being so greedy, but I got out at 1-to-2 right here, but price winded up going all the way down to that 1-to-3 to get us 87 points. So just to give a quick overview of the trade, I'm gonna call everything out as it happens, okay? This was 9:25, 9:30 opening candle. We already had our market structure shift right at 9:15, but we got even another one. This really sealed the deal right here. We got another market structure shift right here, so I can even mark that up for you guys. So we shift this structure again right here at this level. We ran London's lows right here, right? Okay, and then if we go down to the 3-minute, we can see that we have this fair value gap with a strong rejection wick, break and retest of this hourly key level. All three of my criteria are met at this point. We get in for that trade. Boom, nice 1-to-3. Strategy works. It's like I'm showing it live examples, and I'm not saying this to anyone else. I'm proving this to myself. The strategy that I orchestrated or that I took bits and pieces from, whatever, it works. So this was my trade today, and just for shits and giggles, I can also go over another trade that occurred that I would have probably taken if I was in a live market, which is this one. So we can see price came back up and retested this 4-hour key level, right? We also tested this previous support level, okay? So I think this also was another fair value gap that you could have used to get in from right here to right here. Once that fair value gap got filled, and I'll go back. Let me find out I'm better doing these videos while I'm high. Anyway, y'all remember this fair value gap this fair value gap right here that was rejecting off of the 3-minute. So now we have one on the 5-minute that still needed to get filled, right? So we go into the 4-hour key level, and on top of the 4-hour key level, we also have a 15-minute fair value gap. We wick into that 15-minute fair value gap at 10:20, right? So let's just say you're not feeling so confident to get in the trade as early as 9:35, and I usually like to take it at 9:40, 9:45. Let's say I wanted to be a little bit more patient today. I wanted to be more aggressive today because of my experience, and I just felt like, based on what price action looked like, it was an appropriate time to bend the rules. But let's just say I didn't. I could have waited until we went into that fair value gap, right? And I'm gonna move this one more time just so it could be a little bit more clear to myself and people that may not understand. I'm gonna mark up the fair value gap so it doesn't actually disappear. All right, so this is a bearish fair value gap right here, right? Once that gets, and this is on the 5-minute chart, once that fair value gap got wicked into, we already had our liquidity run earlier, and we already had a market structure shift to the downside. So if I wanted to be looking for sales, I got my break and retest, and now all I'm waiting on is some valid price action. So at this point, I got my strong rejection wick off of this former level of support. I also got a strong rejection wick off of the 4-hour key level. At that point, you could have taken a sell right at the break of this candle, put your stop loss above this green candle, and you still could have gotten another 1 and 2. But let's just see if it would have given us a 1 to 3 as well. And I'm pretty sure it would have, from liquidity to liquidity, right? Filling that bearish fair value gap. And we did wind up getting a 1 and 3. Did it go any lower than that? No. So it pretty much played around for the rest of the day. But we still could have gotten another 1 to 3 off of that break and retest, right? So that's a beautiful day. I know I kind of just paused and hesitated right there. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go over this trade. But yeah, so if you didn't want to be aggressive and get in early as 9:35, the market gave an even cleaner setup right after 9:45. Well, not right after 9:45, but at 10:30. I just got tired of looking at the computer and took a trade a little bit earlier. But all in all, today was a really, really good day. It feels good to see that my strategy is actually working. And I'm just forward testing, back testing. I'm not actually taking any live trades. I'm really working on my discipline and just showing up to the market every day. But it's just a refreshing feeling to see that my strategy is working. If we look at this trade on 3-minute, we see that we got the rejection wicks, and we could have gotten in right here as well. So really, really clean setups, but I'm gonna take that off, being that I actually didn't take the setup. And now what I want to talk about is what I learned today. So let's go over what I wrote in this orange. Okay. So today taught me to be comfortable taking risks on setups that have all 3 of my criteria, even if it's slightly earlier than 9:40 or 9:45. All in all, if you have to make quick, adaptable decisions that bend your rules within reason and professionalism, if it is worth the risk, take it. You can bend the rules accordingly if the market's conditions allow it, but don't break them completely. I learned that you cannot let fear blind you from good opportunities trying to be so mechanical. What do I mean by that? I could have easily not taken this trade at 9:35, trying to follow my rules to the T, or I can let my experience and my back testing and my how do I want to put it without sounding too cocky. Just my expertise, because I've been doing this for like almost 2 or 3 years now. I can just take the chance and risk appropriately on a setup that I see where price action is moving to my liking, instead of being scared that it won't work and missing out on the opportunity. What makes the risk worthwhile? All 3 of my criteria are already present. So I just learned that, okay, I really don't take trades until 9:40, 9:45. It's 9:35 right now. It's only like a slight 5-minute differential, and price already gave me everything that I was looking for. Price was moving pretty aggressive. I see that we got the break and retest off the fair value gap. I see that we got the shift. I see that we got the liquidity below for the market to head towards. So you ask yourself, is it unrealistic for this trade to work out in my favor? It was not. It was very realistic for the price, or for the trade to work out in my favor. So that's what I mean when I say, don't let fear blind you from good opportunities trying to be so mechanical. And I think that just comes with time and experience, right? I was trading aggressively today and took a trade at 9:35. I was very hesitant because it wasn't exactly at 9:45. However, it taught me that things in the market will never be perfect, right? I got a slightly late entry, as I explained earlier about how I got in the trade and then got out and hopped back in because I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't have nothing to be scared of. I'm risking appropriately. As long as I'm risking appropriately, there's no reason for me to not want to take this trade. So that's what I mean when I said I got a late entry. I also got out of the trade at 1 and 2, and as we see, it dropped down more points to I got out at 50 points. It actually went for 87 points. I got out at 1 and 2, it went for 1 and 3, right? So to transition, I said there will never be a time where everything is perfect, but there will be times where there are risks worth taking, and you just have to risk appropriately and let chance / probability play out. So that's basically all that I mentioned and everything that I said. And this is the reason that I'm forward testing, because I'm getting okay with the fact that price may go down to at 1 to 3 and I only may catch the 1 and 2 like it did right here, right? I'm getting okay with the fact that price may give me a setup at before 9:40, and if it's an A+ setup, it's okay to take it. I'm just getting okay with a lot of the stuff, and I'm not gonna say okay, I'm gonna say comfortable. I'm getting comfortable playing the game and understanding that it's not a 1 + 1 = 2 game. Like, every day is different and every trade is different. So I'm just learning to get comfortable with that through the process of forward testing and back testing. But I don't want to make the video too long, and I don't want to just have a complete yap session. I gave 2 examples of very, very clean trades that could have been taken. And this week has been an extremely good week. These are one of those weeks in the market where it's like you feel like you know everything and you get humbled the next week. So once again, this is why I'm forward testing. But price action this week has been really, really clean. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. How long is this video? Okay, 18 minutes. Oof. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and show up, take the same setup. If we get a win, we win. If we lose, we're gonna lose with the appropriate risk. And man, it's just a day-to-day grind, like just the trading journey, man. The lamb coming soon, but right now we just on the grind, just taking this shit day by day. But yeah, man, this is my trading week, Wednesday, October 16th, and I'll be here tomorrow. Another setup, another video, and hopefully we can end the week strong. So yeah, 6 rings, man.